Shandon Baptist Church exists to make, mature, and multiply disciples of Jesus Christ one life at a time in the Midlands and beyond.
Hey everybody, this is Steve, the college guy, part of the college takeover of the Shandon Plus podcast this summer. And do I have a treat for you? Hey, the interns are taking a little break, getting a little R&R before the semester starts. And so I thought I would introduce you to the most important person in my life when it comes to college ministry, and that's my wife, Dawn, who so doesn't want to do this. Don't tell anybody. Hey, Dawn, are you so excited to be on the podcast?
I'm here because you asked me.
Wow. I'm so loved. Hey, seriously, my wife is so important to what I get to do as a college pastor. In fact, most of you know this. She is the better part of us. And I'm so grateful, so thankful. We've been around a while. We've been married 45 years.
Yes, we have.
Is that amazing to you?
Yes, it is.
And most of them awesome years.
Correct.
A few, God was teaching moments. But also, while we're recording this, and before it probably airs, we will both have had birthdays.
Yes, we will.
You are getting much older.
Right behind you.
Oh, that's right. My birthday's first. Her birthday's 10 days later. But yeah, we're both at an interesting age to be doing what we're doing. And yet, here we are. Hey, why don't we tell people who don't know a little bit of our backstory?
You really want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so here's the deal. Dawn and I have been married for 45 years. We were such kids.
We were.
What in the world were we thinking? Hey, here's a question. Why did you want to marry me?
Because you were everything that I had never had in a relationship, especially with a guy.
Define.
Well, my life had been filled with a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, and for the first time in my life, I had someone that pursued me godly and modeled for me what it looked like to chase after Jesus.
Wow, that's so nice. I mean, I'm
It's
glad
the
you
truth.
said those things on the podcast because I remember really wanting to pursue you, and yet I was still pursuing all of the things I love to do. Like we had many a date at a softball field
We sure did.
because I loved softball. I was on a church staff, and so you were just automatically a part of that. What a lot of people don't know is what we were doing when we met. We were both in the banking industry.
That is true. I was in accounting. You were in information systems.
I was the computer geek, and she was the bookkeeping geek. And we were both college age. Like we were, how old were we? 19? Mm-hmm. Met when we were 19. Married when we were 20. Like what? Who does that? We did that, folks. I mean, when we're honest with people, I wanted to get married because, truthfully, I wanted to get married. I just was ready. And God is good. Here's what I tell everybody. If you're a guy and you find a woman who chases after God, you marry her, it will work out if you're both just chasing after God. So I do have a question. So in the beginning, as we got to know each other, I realized that you did come from a very tough home life. Like I would say it was just rough, but rough is such an understatement. How do you think those days, that trauma, those scars, how do you think that's prepared you to be in ministry, and especially when it comes to college girls?
Well, I think, first of all, just being sensitive and recognizing in other girls what I knew I had faced. Being real, being honest, be willing to have the uncomfortable conversations with them, even when it took a while for me to get them to open up.
Yeah, no, I tell college girls, hey, if you think you are going through it, grab somebody like my wife who's been there and who gets it, and yet who understands God is still faithful in those moments, and how God can use those moments really to be a testimony to other people.
Absolutely.
So we've both been in ministry positions a long, long time. And we've been married a long, long time. So, hey, how do you think God's grown you the most?
Well, you would probably say my directness, but I'm going to disagree and say that I have learned to persevere through the hard stuff and trust God and not just be anxious through it all.
I would have said the directness.
You would have.
Used to, you weren't direct at all.
Correct.
Now you're more direct than me.
You've worn off on me.
That's what marriage will do for you, people. You learn from each other. So if I had to answer the same question, how has God grown me the most? You would not say this. I think I've learned to be more patient with people.
I would agree with you. But I think that comes with the grandkids too.
Oh, definitely comes with grandkids. And yes, people, we have grandkids. In fact, we have 7 of them. And I do think that has been a part of it. Mm-hmm. But I think understanding that discipleship is a process. I mean, we've both met many a student who their first year were like, oh my goodness. I think there's very little hope here, but let's keep pressing. And then by the time they get to be a senior, or sometimes way after college, you see God bloom in them. Mm-hmm. What do you think makes that happen?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's good mentoring. Mm-hmm. And I mean mentoring, just doing ministry in the day-to-day. I think if you're a college student and you jump into serving God in the context of a church, in the context of a body of believers, and everything that means, which is messy and not always predictable, and sometimes, honestly, not even fun. I think you just start to grow. I mean, God knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about college ministry. Neither of us saw this coming.
Absolutely not.
For those that don't know, I was the college pastor here, 98 to 20-something. 10, 11, 12, I don't even remember, left here to go work for the North American Mission Board, where I'm still employed, by the way, to do all their collegiate stuff. Stepped away from the collegiate side of the Mission Board. And then last year, had a monumental meeting with our senior pastor, Dr. Dickard. And he asked me to consider stepping back into college ministry. So, why now?
A lot of people have asked me that question, Steve. A lot of people. And my answer is, for such a time as this, I have no doubt that God has called us back into the college ministry. Your passion for discipling students hasn't wavered at all. And this is where your heart beats the strongest. And you know, where you go, I go.
And I am so appreciative for that. Like the other day, last week, in fact, I'm going to tell this story. So we went to bed at 9 p.m. And I leaned over to you and I go, hey, you do realize at a 7:45 football game, it's not even halftime yet. So it is interesting for such a time as this. But I agree. I think God called us back into this. In fact, God called us into this the first time. I don't know if you remember that. I was working for Apple.
Mm-hmm.
We were coming out of a tough financial time due to a lot of bills with our firstborn being 9 weeks premature and a failed business years earlier, and we were struggling. But God had given me this job at Apple, and I tell people everything I touched turned to gold, and it had zero to do with me. It had everything to do with God's goodness. Allowed us to pay off those bills. We were finally ready to start actually enjoying some of that income. And God said, okay, no, now I want you to be a full-time college pastor. Like Apple had paid for me to go back to school. When I went back to school, I met a bunch of college students, fell in love with just sharing Jesus with them and discipling them. And one thing led to another. You've always been there as a part of that. But you're also the preschool director here at the church. So how in the world are you going to be able to make that work?
Oh, I think that's the easiest part, is just loving students. And we will bring them alongside of us, teach them how to serve, teach them how to be a part of the church, and teach them just to be a part of our church, Shandon family. That's the easiest part for me.
Yeah, I hope you heard that clear. When you're living on mission, it's actually not that difficult. You just grab other people as you go, as you serve God. And here's the key. Paul said this, follow me as I follow Christ. And his point was, if I'm following Christ, you can be confident and follow me. If I'm not following Christ, don't be following me. So excited about that part of it. Well, what is exciting to you about us stepping back in?
Oh, Steve, with college students, just living life and seeing life through their eyes and what they see. It's very exciting for me. They are so eager. They are willing to step out of their comfort zones, and I just love being with them. There's a new energy. They challenge us in how we do ministry, and I think that's going to be an exciting part of it. But for you, what are you excited about?
A lot of the same things. I am more focused than ever on the key fundamentals that we talk about with the college ministry. I mean, seek first the kingdom. I think we've learned over the years, if you seek God first, the other things fall into place. Doesn't mean they're going to be easy, but they fall into place. Secondly, that we're engaging the campus. I get so excited, you know this. I get so excited about engaging the campus with the gospel,
Yes.
Finding new ways really to reach students, to engage students, to get students excited. Thirdly, to make disciples. It's always about making disciples, and that comes from initially sharing the gospel, what we would typically call evangelism, and then just continuing that journey. And honestly, you've got to be more focused these days because so many students come into college with so many credits under their belt.
That's true.
Like it used to be 4 to 5 years for a college generation. Now it's really closer to 3.5. We have a lot of college students who will be technically incoming juniors, but they're going to graduate this year.
Yep.
They're going to be finished. So I'm so excited about intergenerational church more than ever.
Me too.
And part of that is because I am that age. So, hey, what scares you the most about?
Well, this is not my first time. So I know how much college ministry requires. I know what they deserve. And for me, the scariest thing for me is that we steward our time well. Like I said, you and I are just now enjoying our golden years when it's just the two of us. 7 grandkids, your mom in Alabama, my family in Tennessee. But I know that you and I will make a commitment to make that work. But that is what scares me the most.
You mentioned the fact that we're grandparents, we're parents. As a woman, hey, what advice would you give a mom or a grandmom of a college student?
To continue to pray for them, communicate with them, and support them. Make sure you know what's going on in their life, and let them know that you are praying for them for specific things. Just cover them in prayer, and not be afraid to get involved in their life. You know, we want you to be a part of what we're doing here at Shandon. So when you come visit your college student, come join us.
Yeah, we can't wait to meet the parents. Parents Weekend, always a fun weekend to get to do that. But anytime a parent jumps in. But I would echo that, what you just said, and I'd also say, hey, trust your students to make good decisions. Encourage them, but don't beat them down. And be real with your students. Mm-hmm. Here's what we found. Students know that we're flawed. When we try to fake it or hide it, that's when we get in trouble. So college ministry, long time, craziest moments you remember?
Hands down for me is when you had the idea to do the Amazing Race in downtown Gatlinburg, Tennessee with college students. And I had so many reservations about this working. You were smart enough to send a team ahead and do a lot of preparation and ask a lot of permission. But to see over 100 students invade downtown Gatlinburg with one purpose, to complete that list, was crazy. And they did everything from tasting the hottest hot sauce to finding that specific magnet in that magnet store to riding that Bronco bull. And we did lose a student.
We did. Just for a season.
Just for a few minutes.
Lost a student.
That was an international student that had no idea what Gatlinburg was about. So that was by far one of the most memorable. And also when we had the, what was it called? Monster Ball. Where you asked them to come dressed as something they were afraid of. Do you remember who won the costume?
I think she was afraid of the dark.
Nope.
Or was that the dorm shower?
The dorm shower. That is exactly right.
She came dressed as a dorm shower. We had weddings that occurred from Monster Ball because couples met at that.
That is absolutely right. And we had people come dressed as brides because they were scared of weddings. But that was one of the most craziest memories. What about you? What do you think of?
Well, Monster Ball's big because the police came.
Yes, they did.
The police thought we were a big alcohol-fueled frat party. And when we said, no, there's no alcohol here, they actually searched the place because they didn't believe us.
Yep.
I think that was it. We've just done so many crazy things that God has just been good in. In fact, we've done things that today I wouldn't do.
You're right.
Because risk management would prohibit it. Anyway, hey, as we start to wrap, by the way, students, we're going to do a lot of crazy things this year, so just get ready. Hey, some lightning round questions. This is my favorite part. Probably won't be your favorite part. Weirdest thing about your husband?
He must have bread with every meal.
Yes, because man cannot live by bread alone, but it's sure awesome.
Yep.
Weirdest thing about you is you are a bag lady. Like you have more bags than you have stuff to put in bags.
True. I love a good bag.
And you make lists for everything.
Always.
Like months in advance.
Yes, I do.
Anything else strange? Like if a college student doesn't know me, two things. What is the thing you think they will appreciate most about me? And what is the thing that will annoy them the most?
Oh, the thing that they will appreciate most about you is your availability, your honesty, your transparency. They don't have to guess. And what will annoy the stew out of them is probably the high expectations that you have for everyone.
That is true. High expectations, high trust, unyielding love. That's
Yes.
kind of been my mantra for years and years and years. And I just shoot straight. I have friends who I am sure I annoy with that part of myself. And college students, what you'll appreciate most about my wife is just she's such a caregiver. She loves people, and you will know that you are loved if you meet my wife. Hey, what's my favorite food?
That's easy. Barbecue.
Barbecue or, come on, Dawn,
What?
donuts.
Well, that's true. I don't think of donuts as a food.
Oh, it's a food. In fact, it's a food group.
There you go.
Except in Columbia. Hey, listen, Columbia, you need to get your act together when it comes to donuts. There are no great donut shops in this city, so somebody open one, or I'm going to. Your favorite food, ooh, that's a hard one.
I like it all. Fresh vegetables in the summer.
You love peaches this time of year.
Yes, I do.
Hey, hobbies we like to do together. Last question. Hobbies we like to do together we never saw coming.
Auctions. Who would have ever thought?
I know. We love a good auction.
Yes, we do.
And gardening.
And gardening. Playing in the dirt. We always love to play in the dirt. It's our therapy.
It is our therapy. I kill things. She plants things. That's kind of the rule.
Yep.
Weed eaters. I mean, I'll cut down anything you won't cut down. Just don't make me keep it alive. Hey, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you don't know my wife, you need to, because she is awesome, and she was so gracious to be a part of this podcast, because this ain't her thing. She would rather just be hanging out with preschoolers or college young ladies. Hey, this is Steve with the Shandon Plus podcast. We'll be back next week. But until then, hey, have a great week. Stay on mission. We'll see you later.